Hey guys, how's it going? Forward to your guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening, man? Just going on the road right now. I understand that my audio might suck. There's a high likelihood that the audio might suck. Even though I got an upgraded iPhone because I'm on the go. We don't know how we don't know how the speakers are going to work with this iPhone. But listen, I appreciate everybody kind of coming in and hanging out tonight. It should be a good time had by all. And y'all are my family, y'all are my brethren, and I love each and every one of you so much. So Pigskin Pete is the man, Piggy Pete, man, and I love you, kid. You're a great guy, and thank you so much for coming into the feed. Anyway, late Saturday night here, rolling along. I haven't seen you guys in a little bit with the live show, and holy shit, I am getting a lot of you popping in right now. I love all of you. Hey, Spencer from Rover Sports, what's going on? Raider gang, Manny Flo takes an L, unfortunately, in the coin toss, Manny. I hate how that way has to go for the loser, man. I feel bad for the coin toss. So Tristan, my dude. Oh yeah, Shaq Griffin, baby. Shaquille Griffin, baby. So, alrighty. Tristan is a big Chiefs fan, so the AFC West is all coming in on the Rove show. My guy Jabari, man, Jabari Owens, one of the classics, one of the guys that has been on the Rover ship for the longest of times, my dude Jabari. So, listen, man, Shaq Griffin, I need to see that. I know what's up with his hand. I know he doesn't have a hand. And the fact that he's benching, man, the kid's a warrior. He's a great player. He's going to be a special team superstar. So I love Shaq Griffin. I love that kid a hell of a lot. Now, some Combine thoughts. I'm just going to go rapid reaction here, guys, from the Combine. Guess what's going to happen, all right? This is what I'm going to say. Saquon Barkley killed it. He owned the day. Guy's a straight-up baller. Guy, he lives in the spotlight. There's some guys... Yeah, and I'll get to that in a second for sure, Pigskin. But there's some guys, that when you look at them in the draft, there's some guys that are just rock stars, and they just carry themselves like a complete alpha dog, a complete beast. Saquon Barkley is just a guy that you look at him, he could walk into a club, and girls will just throw themselves at him. I mean, the guy, he can do no wrong. I mean, he's almost a perfect person, it seems like. First of all, he outbenches offensive linemen. Then he runs a 4.40 when it barely seems like he's jogging. The one thing about Saquon, really long strides. It doesn't even seem like it takes a lot of effort for that. I think we're back, guys. I'm really apologetic for that. So before the connection might suck again, I'm on the road, so I'm trying my best to hang out with you guys. My power's also gone out back at home. So up here in the Northeast, the snow got us really good. So all my equipment downstairs is kind of fucked up. I haven't even been able to watch Baker Mayfield and Josh Rosen throwing the ball. Point is, Cleveland, go take Saquon Barkley, and then at number 4, I would take Baker Mayfield. I thought Baker Mayfield had an unbelievable combine. His interview, fantastic, very confident, borderline cocky, but Baker Mayfield is certainly a prospect that is very polarizing. And I kind of like the way that Baker Mayfield goes about his business. And the style is not for everybody, but if you're on Baker's team, you love him. And he elevates guys around him, and he's a guy that attacks problems head on. And I don't think Sam Darnold is necessarily confident enough to go out there and conquer Cleveland. I think Sam Darnold's almost too nice to speak up in the meeting room. When something's going wrong, he's too nice to prod his teammates. Baker Mayfield's just a leader. Baker Mayfield has no problem being honest with somebody and telling them that they're slacking off and not doing their job. So I love the way Baker Mayfield leads a football team. I love his intangibles. And then the tangibles on the field, the guy's accurate, can make every throw, most production in college, guy who played at a big-time level, big-time school, and again, can make every throw and has, I think, very good footwork, and a guy that's a great athlete that should be able to adapt to the position fairly quickly and release the ball from a high enough release point. Then you look at Josh Allen. Josh Allen, one of my favorite quarterbacks in the entire world, in the entire process, in the entire world, is Josh Allen. And I'll tell you why I love Josh Allen. Small school kid, Reedley Community College, no D1 offers, 6'3", 180 pounds, came from a really small town in Fireball, California. And Josh Allen, the 70-yard throw that he had today was majestic. It was incredible. So much fun to watch that guy play football. And it's just a treat. He has a lot of haters. He has a lot of haters because, you know, completion think that he's strong arm and that he's nothing else. And the fact is, what I was going to say is, yeah, he might. I don't think he's going to Cleveland, though. That's the good news is, you know, we'll have to get Todd Haley and Hugh Jackson to work out Sam Darnold. But I didn't like what Sam Darnold did at all. Sitting on the sidelines, watching as Josh Allen and all these other kids threw, and he didn't feel any part of him not feeling regret that he wanted to be out there on the field throwing. I mean, if you're a quarterback and you love football, you got to go out there and rip it and compete. I mean, if you're a competitor, if you want to be the #1 overall pick and it burns so deep inside of you, then you got to go out there and just shut all the critics up and go out there and ball under the big stage, under the bright lights. And this is something that you'll always have in your arsenal for the rest of your life, is that you were able to throw at the combine. You could show your kids that you were able to throw at the combine. But Josh Allen, he does have accuracy concerns. He does have accuracy concerns, Josh Allen. And Josh is a work in progress, but I feel like there's a lot of jealous people here in the room. Cannot throw a ball even 20 yards in the air, and they're coming at this kid, and just because he has a big arm doesn't mean that he's going to be the next Jamarcus Russell or Kyle Bowler. You know, just because we're allowed to be wowed by somebody throwing a ball that far, and he is such a rare talent that I hope he's used well. And unlike Bowler and Jamarcus Russell, Allen's character is why I think Allen can be successful. Because if Allen goes to the right location, he's a guy that'll work hard. He's a guy that'll work on his craft, and he'll work on his dropbacks, and he'll be a good teammate. And the key is just being well-liked, and the key is just simply working hard and being a pro. And then if you have talent, there's a good chance that if you're a pro and you get into the playbook, that you're going to succeed based off that merit. So Sam Darnold not throwing, that's one of the biggest stories of the combine. I think, like Pigskin said, it was an idiotic move. It was a wussy move. It's a weak beta type of move, kind of a bit Darnold not going out there and slinging the rock. A couple of other things were apparent. Afell did a nice job. I thought Darius Geis did a great job. The running backs helped their cause. Cortland Sutton did not help his cause. I wasn't impressed by his 40 time today. I thought Calvin Ridley was just okay. But Christian Kirk is a guy that a lot of people see as like a slot guy or a Greg Jennings, Miles Austin type of player. But Christian Kirk could sneak, just because of how weak the class is. He could be the second wide receiver taken in the high second round. I think Christian Kirk had a very good day today, though. And Christian Kirk, he's a very good interviewer. He is climbing boards in Indianapolis, Christian Kirk. Then you look at the offensive line. We had Orlando Brown yesterday, really butchering almost everything for the Oklahoma Sooners. And that was certainly a storyline yesterday, seeing Orlando Brown mess up on that level. But other than that, the guard prospects, Hernandez, Quentin Nelson, all these guys showed out, and all of these guys pretty well. Then we had the coin tosses. Johnny Lynch, the coin toss of all coin tosses. The Niners end up beating out the Raiders, and now it's looking like the Niners. I don't want to see the Niners end up with Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward could be very good. The one thing I really know about him is that he sat out the Cotton Bowl, which I don't like guys sitting out bowl games. I've never really liked that. So Denzel Ward kind of was sitting out the Cotton Bowl. Really enjoyed that he sat out. I want to see him slug it out with his team time. But you look at the Niners, and they've been so active in free agency. They brought in Vontae Davis. They tried to acquire Marcus Peters in the trade. They're clearly trying to get this cornerback situation figured out before the NFL draft. That's what the Niners are doing. Peters trade and missing on both. John Lynch is motivated to get in that cornerback along with Witherspoon so that he doesn't have to waste a first-round pick on a corner, or he doesn't have to use it. So then you look at the linebackers. You have Eli Harold, who I think is pretty good. Rubin's the biggest question mark. And then I believe your weak side, you have a linebacker that's definitely not as good over there on the weak side. So if you can plug in Tremaine Edmunds is such a weapon, such a special player, that I think Tremaine Edmunds right now is really seeming like the pick. Tremaine Edmunds now is really seeming like the pick. And I'll tell you what, as we look down the list here, on the quarterbacks, unfortunately, I couldn't see Josh's performance. My power cut out. I'm sure Josh was really good today. But Josh Allen was very good. Saquon Barkley, I would take number 1, and then I would take Baker Mayfield number 4 if I were the Browns. I think I would go definitely Rosen, Mayfield. Yeah, Rosen, Mayfield. I would go Mayfield and even Josh Allen. After today, like Josh Allen, I would definitely take a chance on him. If you're the Arizona Cardinals or the Buffalo Bills, I think you roll the dice with Josh Allen, especially if Josh Allen goes outside of the top.
In 10 miles, take exit 286 toward US 222 and Reading.
If Josh Allen goes outside of the top 10, then you can easily take him at 12. Like freaking Christian Ponder went at 12 and nobody had any problems with it. Deshaun Watson went at 12. Blake Bortles went at 3. Blaine Gabbert went at 7. As long as you're not the first overall pick, that's when you'll take the most shit, is when you're the first or second overall, if you're Alex Smith or Mitchell Trubisky. But if you're like, 10 to 15, that's a perfect spot to get the guy in. I'm really surprised, though, that Rosen was missing throws. I mean, did he miss on the deep balls? Usually Rosen in these in cuts, he should be automatic. Maybe Josh Rosen missed to his left a lot. I guess we'll have to go back and see, because I know Lamar Jackson threw a duck, and I know Lamar Jackson really struggled throwing to his left, and on the out routes he was tentative as hell. I think Lamar Jackson, he didn't have his best overall day today. Teams that are curious about why he doesn't have an agent. But the thing about Lamar Jackson is that he's still inconsistent in terms of just being a pure pocket thrower. And this combine doesn't exactly hyphen his skills, or highlight his skills, I should say. Because Lamar Jackson's the type of guy that when you're playing football, he's just a guy that uses more instincts, more improv, a guy that can get outside the pocket, a competitor, a guy that's going to run for first downs. And when you look at how shitty some of the quarterbacks are in the NFL, whether it be, I don't like to use this name a lot because he's a likable player, but Tyrod Taylor wasn't very good. Andy Dalton isn't even very good. I know Deshaun Kaiser was okay. We're actually finding more quarterbacks in the NFL now. It's ironic. We actually have a lot of starting quarterbacks that are out there now. But even Jacoby Brissett, not that good. Lamar Jackson, I think, definitely has a place in this league. Saquon Barkley was very, very good. A couple of names out of nowhere that I really liked. I liked Rock Thomas a lot. Rock Thomas from Jacksonville State, a little small school kid. Rock Thomas. Kerryon Johnson getting a ton of buzz, especially with the New York Giants. And Kerryon doing pretty well. This kid. Russell DJ Chark from LSU, and St. Thomas, Emmanuel St. Thomas from Notre Dame. But DJ Chark ran really well, had a great Senior Bowl, and listen, DJ Chark's offensive coordinator was fucking Cam Cameron and Coach Ogeron and freaking Matt Canada. And he had Danny Etling and absolute trash throwing to him all his years. I mean, who were the quarterbacks there? It was mostly Danny Etling, Brandon Harris. I mean, there were just some garbage quarterback play in Louisiana State. I mean, it says something when Zach Mettenberger's the best quarterback to come out of LSU in quite a long time. They can never find quarterbacks, so whenever these guys go to the league, they always have better pro careers, you know. Darius Geis had a nice combine, so overall, though, it was very, very entertaining. And I'm going to go back tomorrow, guys, and I'm going to try to watch somehow the feed of the quarterbacks throwing at the combine, whether it's Chase Liddon. I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see Kyle Lauletta, Mike White. There's some real sleepers. Lauletta, Mike White, Chase Liddon, some really fun guys, maybe Tanner Lee, and yeah, I like that as well. Barkley at 1, and then maybe Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Lamar Jackson is Finn, man. I don't want to see him turn into another RG3, and Rosen does have an injury history. He doesn't exactly run all that well. I don't think so. It's so much draft capital. It would be amazing, though, to get Saquon Barkley. I'm all in on Saquon Barkley, but I don't think that the Niners are going all the way. And what would they give up? I mean, maybe Reuben Foster. Oh my gosh, maybe Reuben Foster and a second. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. The Niners might want to get like a Ronald Jones or a Sony Michel. You guys can just get someone in the second round that's a freaking beast. Yeah, I wonder if Quentin Nelson's going to slip to you guys. Like, as Niner fans, I'm just going to ask you, who do you guys want the Niners to now take at number 9, now that you don't have to worry about the Oakland Raiders? I'm kind of curious to see what you guys have to say. So what Niner fans, who do you think is a good pick for number 9, though? And we'll open it up and see what some of the replies are to that question. You want to trade back? Ooh. Josh Jackson, cornerback from Iowa. Jabari likes big Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson, high character kid, very good long arms, but again, another cornerback. So you guys are not in love with Tremaine Edmonds, because that's a pick that a lot of people have the Niners taking. Now, Quentin Nelson would be great, but I don't know if he's getting all the way back to 9. You know, if Quentin Nelson, the guard, is getting back. I don't know about Connor Williams. That's my guy, Tremaine Edmonds. Too much upside. If I were the Giants, I would just take Saquon Barkley. I love the kid so much. You know, I don't think you're getting anybody better. Now, if the Browns take Saquon, then you trade back, try to go to 5 or 6, and then you get the kid Nelson, Quentin Nelson. You get a guard there. But if you're the Giants, just stick, and you have the easiest pick in the draft, which is Saquon. Saquon to the Giants is looking really good. Yeah, for the Niners too, Quentin Nelson as a guard. I think that Fusco is up. I believe at Brandon Fusco, I believe. I don't think the Giants are going to draft a quarterback. I would not want them to. And the good news is that I think Gettleman is listening to me, that we got to give Eli Manning a couple more years and a chance. Woo! Eli is trash as hell. Ooh. I mean, Eli the last couple of years hasn't been great, but again, he's been under the Ben McAdoo system. He knows how to run an offense. His arm strength isn't terrible. He was a playoff guy a couple of years ago, and the point is that I have confidence in Davis Webb a ton more than I do a lot of these draft prospects. So I think Davis Webb is going to be a good one for the Giants, and I also think that Saquon Barkley is a hell of a pick. So I would not want to draft a quarterback at number 2 and then have him wait behind Eli Manning. I think the Giants are a playoff team this year. Just if the Giants can get all their talent all pulling in the right direction, they can make a comeback because the Cowboys and Redskins aren't that good. I'm not the biggest Nick Chubb fan. I just think Nick is smaller. I think he's a pretty good player, but I don't think he's going to dominate at this level. Like, he's a great kid and all, but I like Sony Michel a lot more. Sony's a lot more dangerous than Nick.
In 2 miles, take exit 286 toward US 222 and Reading.
Sony's going to probably be a late third, early 4th round draft pick. Yeah, I like Dougie Gottlieb. A lot of guys don't like Doug Gottlieb, but Baker, I'm not surprised at that either. I like Baker Mayfield. A lot of people, I totally get people that don't like him, though, that he's conceited, he's kind of an asshole. I totally get that. The guy rubs so many people the wrong way, but that's why Baker Mayfield can go to the Jets. I love how some quarterbacks, they don't give you honest answers. They'd say, I'd love to sit behind, a veteran quarterback and whatever and just wait my turn. But Baker Mayfield ain't about that life. Baker Mayfield cuts it to you straight that he doesn't want to sit at all. He's going to push everybody in front of him. He's impulsive. He wants to be great today. He wants to be the best. And that's a great memo for all of you guys in life, is Baker Mayfield, because he doesn't settle for jack shit. He doesn't settle at all. He dreams big. He acts big. He basically believes that his girlfriend should be the hottest girl, that his team should be winning Super Bowls. He's a guy with big, ambitious type goals, and I really love it. I love Baker Mayfield. I like the attitude that he brings to life, and he owns up for his mistakes. He's an honest kid, and big fan of Baker Mayfield. Yes, Broadway Baker, baby. I think Jets fans are starting to love Baker Mayfield. Everybody's starting to love Baker Mayfield. Nick Chubb, or Bradley Chubb, Bradley Chubb to the Colts, pretty much a done deal. Yeah, Joshy Allen, the 80-yard cork job. Unbelievable, man.
Use exit
the best throws that I've seen in quite a long time. So, alrighty, guys. Headed west. Gotta get off the exit. Y'all were spectacular. Thanks for chilling out with me, guys. We're going to talk tomorrow. I got even more free time too soon. Thank you, guys. You guys have been awesome. I'll see y'all, okay?